Okay, so now let's see if a cost is a direct eligible cost, how could it be reported to a Horizon 2020 project or to a Horizon Europe project? Okay, and these are the cost categories. So when you have a direct eligible cost, you must classify it into one of the available cost categories. Okay. Now in Horizon 2020, the three main cost categories are, I wouldn't say were, because most of you still have Horizon 2020 projects running. So are the personnel cost, the subcontracting cost, and jumping one on my slide would be the other direct cost. Now, any other item on this list on the left side under Horizon 2020 are optional cost categories. Optional in a sense that either it's beneficiary specific, so not every beneficiary may or will use such cost categories, and that would be, for example, the internally invoiced goods and services, which would never be used by a small company or an association. That's rather used by universities or larger corporates who are big enough that there could be some costs which are handled internally. And another potential optional cost category, beneficiary specific, would be the large scale or large infrastructure cost that's left for less than 100 beneficiaries in Europe. Okay, that's for the really big guys. And some of the cost categories listed here are project specific, like the financial support to third parties, or the specific unit cost, like clinical trial cost, access to research infrastructure cost. These are only available cost categories to report your cost to, in case these cost categories were particularly foreseen in the context to which you are submitting your proposal. So this was and is Horizon 2020. On the other side of the slide, you see the Horizon Europe setup. Now, guys, it's almost completely identical, just differently grouped. Personnel cost is personnel cost. Nothing changed. A lot changed within personnel cost concerning the calculation, but concerning naming, it's the same. Subcontracting is subcontracting. Now, here comes the trick. Whatever we used to call other direct costs, which in Horizon 2020 included typically, but not exclusively, the travel, the equipment, and the rest, the other goods and services, is now called in Horizon Europe purchase cost. But the subcategories within purchase cost, as you can see, is exactly the same as the subcategories within other direct cost in Horizon 2020. So they simply renamed the other direct cost to purchase cost. And whatever was called specific cost category, which I mentioned earlier, so either beneficiary specific or project specific, are now merged under one single heading, and that would be called the other cost. It's pretty misleading, right? Now the other cost is different than the other cost was.